Sweet the whispers in your ear whenever ember wanders near.
It is time for our Friday night tradition. It is Scott time, and this time, he's not just shooting stuff. He's blowing stuff up. He's blowing up the 700 Nitro Express. This is going to be one hell of a boom. Are we ready for this one? Let's fucking go.
What would happen if you had a catastrophic failure with a double barrel 700 Nitro Express? Normal operating pressures for a 700 Nitro Express are around 40 to 50,000 PSI. Both of these will be producing over 150,000 PSI for a combined total of over 300,000 PSI. We only got...
Good Lord. She's actually loading up both. Oh my God. This is going to go off like a hand grenade. Holy shit. This literally is like, this might be a tannerite explosion. Holy crap.
One shot at this. I'm going to pull this really hard. Here we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa. God. Oh, wow.
What's up, everybody?
And by the way, no, I did not steal that line from Nux. I never heard Nux. I came up with it. If he used it before me, that's fine. I did not hear him utilize that little nickname. I just kind of came up with it on my own. Not saying I'm original, but yeah.
Everybody, my name is Scott and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics, and 5 years ago my interest in catastrophic failures peaked, and ever since then I have been testing out the structural rigidity of different platforms ranging from small to big, but the one we're testing today really takes the cake. This is my 700 Nitro double barrel safari rifle. This is one of the world's largest safari rifles. This thing is 70 caliber and fires the massive 700 Nitro round, which is 70 caliber and 1,000 grains. They're also pretty rare, so you're probably asking yourself, why in the world would you put this to the test? Well, there's many reasons for that. The first is I made a promise to you several years ago that I would do it. The second and most important is this thing has actually become pretty sketchy. It is starting to become what's called off face. So when you open this double rifle, this part, the barrels, lines up to the action here. And it's supposed to line up perfectly. It appears that it lines up perfectly, but it's actually become off face. And what that means is pressure will start to escape these barrels, and it will become more and more sketchy to shoot the more you fire it. I'm not looking to have a 15-inch scar, and I'm genuinely curious to see what would happen if one of these had a catastrophic failure, because it is very, very large. Get out! And I know several of you right now are wondering, why don't you just fix it?
Okay, you know what? I'm glad he was able to recognize the shift in the rifle. And now it's basically going to serve its, it's going to give us one final moment of service before it goes off to that great armory in the sky.
I'm going to be honest with you, it's not worth it. I found out that this 700 Nitro actually started its life as a 10 gauge and is not a true build 700 Nitro. A gunsmith turned this into a 700 Nitro Express. Therefore, it's not really worth the time, effort, or cash that it would take to get this thing running properly again. So when life gives you lemons, you make shrapnel. So today we are going to seize the opportunity, and we're going to see what would happen if you had a catastrophic failure with a double barrel 700 Nitro Express. Normal operating pressures for a 700 Nitro Express are around 40 to 50,000 PSI. Today we are going to attempt to charge both barrels at the same time at over 150,000 PSI each. But before we do that, I want to show you what this rifle is doing and why it's so sketchy at this point. I have two standard load 700 Nitro rounds We're
Okay.
going to fire them with the slow-mo on the gun so that you can see the gases escaping and what that
Okay,
looks
this should
like.
be interesting.
But before we get started, let me tell you about today's
And
sponsor, War
fine.
Thunder. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made, and you can get it now for free on PC consoles and mobile devices. Take command of over 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships of 10 major nations, ranging from biplanes and armored cars of the 1920s to the fighter jets and main battle tanks of today. Immerse yourself in the intense combat of War Thunder, where incredible detailed vehicles, realistic graphics, and authentic sound effects place you right at the helm of the most powerful.
And they got all of this wonderful, intricate detail because people love to leak the tech manuals and blueprints on Reddit. Even though it's turbo and legal. Greatest military and leakers of all time. It's not the Chinese. It's not the Russians. It's fucking Reddit for War Thunder.
War machines of all time. Join a worldwide community of over 95 million players in epic PvP battles today and delve into the breathtaking experience that is War Thunder. With an unmatched wealth of high-quality content to discover, there's simply no game better suited for fans of military history. One of my favorite features about War Thunder is the impressive damage X-ray view. If your vehicle or an enemy's vehicle is destroyed, War Thunder shows you exactly what happened. In X-ray view, you'll see precisely where the shell penetrated, which components were affected, and what ultimately led to the destruction of the vehicle. Play War Thunder now for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and mobile devices using my links in the pinned comment or the video description. New and returning players on PC and consoles that have not played in the last 6 months will also receive a massive bonus pack. That includes multiple premium vehicles, the exclusive vehicle decorator Eagle of Valor, 100,000 Silver Lions, and 7 days of premium account. This is only available for a limited time, so be quick. Again, a big thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it. All right, well first let's get this thing loaded up with a standard round. I'm gonna go left barrel with a 700 Nitro 1000 grain round. Left barrel. So that's gonna be...
And yes, the War Thunder did say, stop sending us classified information. And I heard something about one response was, I'm a late shit.
the orange string. Save you off. All right, here we go. Hopefully we don't knock all the cinder blocks off the table.
Nice. Okay, hang on. Hang on, let's look at the slow-mo. So yeah, look, you can see the amount of, I'm guessing that this is more than the normal amount of gas pressure that is supposed to escape from the breach here when fired. That's where he's talking about the all face. So that's what we're looking at, this is a higher than normal amount of pressure releasing from the breach. And yes, you be kicking. Yep, there it is. We got a nice close up of it. Yeah, like look at those jets of pressure. It's not supposed to do that. That's not supposed to happen with a properly faced a breech and barrel. Yeah.
Okey-dokey. It stayed in the lead sled, just kind of took the lead sled with it. Well, after reviewing the slow-mo footage, you could see that the left barrel had gases escaping from it, which is a sign of it being all face. Now, well, I'm keeping that. That 700 Nitro brass is really hard to find. Now let's test the right barrel and see if it does the same thing. Okey-dokey, right barrel, here we go. Golly.
It could be the angle. The angle is making it difficult. The right barrel doesn't look like it's doing it. Now, it could be like directly right and we're not seeing it because, like, you know, think of this being on the other side. It could be like jetting out like in this area down here and may not be seeing it, but it doesn't look like it's anywhere near as bad. So it looks like it's the left barrel only. there it was. There it was. You could see it. Right. Thank you for Buzz. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Yeah, right there. You can see it's not as bad. It doesn't look like it's as bad as the left barrel, but you can see it right there. You can see the gas escaping. It's not as bad, but it's there. So, translation, it's off-faced to the left. That's probably what that means. It's going off-face in the left direction.
Good thing we are doing what we're doing with this thing today, because it just got scuffed on that cinder block. If we weren't testing this thing to catastrophic failure today, that would probably make me vomit. Looked at the slow-mo footage and you can see gas is escaping from that right barrel as well. You just can't see it as good because it's on the other side of the slow-mo. Other than that evidence that we have on the slow-mo, I actually also had a professional look this gun over and tell me that it's coming off face. So now that you can see what I'm talking about, it's time to put this thing to the ultimate test. Today I want to try to get both barrels to go off at the same time, but I only have one shot at that. So we're going to do 1 or 2 practice pulls. I have some 700 Nitro cases that only have primers in them, no gunpowder, no bullets. I'm going to load these into the gun, and then I'm going to practice pulling both triggers at the same time and see if we can get them to go off at once. So I have the truck in position. I don't have everything set up over there. I would have a few more cinder blocks and some Lexan or plexiglass on top, but I just need to know if I can pull both triggers at the same time. So I'm gonna put tension on both of these, and I guess the goal would just be to pull them really hard. Okay, so both went off, but you can tell there was a little bit of variation. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they both
You could
went
hear
off.
you could hear that tap tap.
We have 2 punched primers. Not good to open up. There we go. Yep, both of them went off. But I'm not satisfied. I'm gonna do it one more time. I've got 2 more primed cases. And actually, I want to point out,
He's basically just got to do one in each hand.
It says Kentucky Ballistics 700 Nitro. Okay, I think that's good and tight. And then I would step over here, and I would.
Yeah, he can't do it. He can't be holding them in both one hand. And we saw this in the preview later. He's got to have one rope in each hand, because to do them simultaneously, you're gonna get the slack pulled out on the lower trigger first by default. And then and then the second one's going to engage because you're gripping them together.
I don't know.
Let me hear that again.
And I would just. I don't know.
Oh, am I crazy or did that slip off?
I would just. I don't know. Nope. I don't know. They both go off.
Oh, that was actually really close.
I think they did. Hold on, let's see. You don't want to open. Weird.
Oh.
So they both didn't go off.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
Fail. So now I'm nervous because we had one set, both went off at the same time. Second, only one. I guess we're just gonna have to go for it though. I mean, it is what it is. So now it's time to get set up for one of the largest catastrophic failures that's ever happened on this channel, minus April 9th, 2021. We have our cinder block set up. I have a Ballistic Dummy Lab zombie bus, which I'm gonna set next to this rifle. Then I'm gonna have some plexiglass that will lay over top of this, and that should help to contain all of this experiment. Now we're gonna be loaded up with these bad boys right here. Normal operating pressures for 700 Nitro are around 40 to 50,000 PSI. Both of these will be producing over 150,000 PSI for a combined total of over 300,000 PSI. Those are some spicy meatballs. Now I actually have to load these things. That's fun, right? Cracked open. Here we go. 1 boom. 2 boom. My neck is itching right now.
Yeah.
Okay, we have this thing loaded up. The safety is on. We have our strings attached. It's bungeed to the lead sled. We have our cinder block wall set up, plexiglass on top, and I'm gonna hide behind a truck. The last thing we gotta do is take off the safety. All right, here we go.
Kaboom.
That had like a double click to it. I didn't like that. Okay, it's.
I'm just waiting for that.
We only got one shot at this. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, we are tight. We're tight. We're tight. I'm gonna pull this really hard. Here we go.
Wow!
Whoa! Whoa!
On the shrapnel!
Whoa!
Oh, this should be good.
Here we go.
Reach out! What? It shattered the Lexan! Holy crap! We gotta say that again. Frame by frame. Holy shit. Alright, we got initial engagement there. Fireball. And it canoed the barrel. It absolutely canoed the barrel. Separated the barrel from the frame here. Like, what blew this? What blasted the Lexan? Was it just a blast wave? No, I think that was some shrapnel. I think some
Blasted out
shrapnel
the ass
actually
of the
shattered
table.
it.
It completely blew its ass out.
But yeah, I think that was a piece of shrapnel. That's what shattered. It fired the shrapnel into the Lexan so hard it shattered the Lexan. Holy shit. And as someone pointed out, the dummy is okay. At least as far as we can tell. Like, okay, it bumped into it here. Thank you, Griffin Knight. Thank you very much. Like, the blast was completely forward-facing. This impacted against it. It bumped up against it. But honestly, like, relatively little damage to the zombie head. Like, granted, like, as far as, like, physical damage we see, the pressure that impacted against this thing could have been substantial. Let's see, let's actually watch it. Honestly, the pressure wave didn't even really impact it. Yeah, the eardrums are fucked. Yes, absolutely, I agree there. Yeah, like the eardrums are blown completely. Hi. Holy crap! Look at that! Shrapnel could do some damage. Well, that's a part of this test. We're gonna see if there's any shrapnel impact. But the thing is, the blast wave of it was predominantly forward-facing. You don't think the left side went off? Hang on, let's see. Let's test that. Whoa! Good question. It's hard to tell. You could be right. 'Cause yeah, that's the right trigger. Now, it could have been staggered. It could have been, you can see the route slip out? Did I miss the round? Where did you see the round slip out? I'm not seeing the round slipping. I mean, you've got the shell casing right there. Keep going? Okay, wait, hang on. Okay. Oh. Are you pointing at this? No. Oh. Well, you can see the shell. Can't wait. Let me come back to it. Let me go at the other angle. Okay, here we go. You're right. You're right. That's an intact. You are absolutely correct. You are 100% correct. That route is intact. It did not go off. Right here. The progress bar is blocking it. But right there, Yeah, you can see the intact round came out and it did not fire. Yep. No, it's not part of the handguard. It's not. You can see the writing on it right here at the bottom. That's the round. That's the round in the left barrel. Yep. Left barrel never went off. Oh, in the frames before. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yep, only one. But think about it, that was one round that did that. One round. Yeah, imagine if both managed to go off. And you're right, I should have realized the left barrel is way too intact. You're right, it is far too intact for the round to have gone off.
I have to say, that was one of the most catastrophic failures I've ever seen, other than the one I saw up close in 2021. Let's look at the biggest part of the gun first. Trigger and everything. This is, oh dear. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm going to cut it free. That is insane. So, I don't believe both barrels went off at the same time. Actually, I'm almost 100% sure I saw one of the rounds still out here. Yeah, right here. No light primer strike, no nothing. We just managed to not pull both triggers at the same time, which is unfortunate, but that was pretty wild for just one barrel. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure if both barrels would have went, that it would have probably taken out the slow-mo camera. So I'm actually kind of thankful for that. But this is interesting. This little line right here is where the barrel's attached from being sleeved. And it snapped right there on that second barrel from the detonation of the right barrel. And that is pretty gnarly.
You think the right barrel blast knocked the left pin off center microseconds before it could strike? I'm actually more inclined to think that basically the right trigger engaged, the right barrel trigger engaged a fraction of a second before the left trigger could engage, and when it blew, by the nature of the explosion, it basically pushed the it pushed the rifle back, like the force of the explosion slackened up the rope on the trigger enough so that it couldn't engage. And by the time the rope was taut enough to actually engage the trigger, it was already over with. And at that point, yes, it would have been off center. The firing pin would not have been able to engage the primer. So I think you are partially correct in that. Not quite. I don't think it was quite as close, but like the bones of your theory, I think, are sound. Left barrel was off face enough that the firing pin. No, the barrel wasn't off face enough for it to miss because he's done those test fires before. They worked fine. I think it's just the rifle jumped back, like had enough backwards jump that he wasn't able to take out all of the slack on the rear trigger to engage it before the explosion just completely caused the catastrophic failure. And at that point, the catastrophic failure precluded the firing pin from being able to engage the primer in any way because the thing was just a twisted mess of metal at that point.
This broke our actual stock, huge crack going through it. It was an extreme amount of pressure that pulsed through this thing. And that's all crooked. That is wild.
Now
let's find the barrels. Here is the left.
The force was enough to separate the receiver base far enough back that the pin couldn't actually make contact with the left primer. Yeah, basically. I was tripping over myself to try and and well, I think what I to a degree, yes, like that was the end result, but like the initial explosion rocked the rifle enough that the second trigger couldn't be pulled simultaneously. It was like the initial trigger engaged a fraction of a second before the secondary trigger could. That fraction of a second resulted in the rifle exploding. and moving it in a way that the second trigger couldn't be engaged fast enough. And then and by the time the second trigger did engage, the receiver had shifted off base enough that the firing pin wasn't able to make contact. Yes.
Barrel. And man, look at that. It's like glue or epoxy or something that was in between those barrels. Shredded this thing, still broke off. That is crazy. I mean, that is wild. And really, technically, that barrel is still good. I could use it for something. Mr. Zombie, let's take a look at him. I know he got whacked. Oh, his neck is kind of wiggly, but he looks decent. You can definitely tell he got smacked in the face pretty hard with that 700 Nitro shrapnel. We're missing another barrel, though. There's a piece of
the stock whacked him in the face. Absolutely. That would hurt.
Just shredded it.
Go on.
Oh, there's a piece. Right there. Oh, that's cool. It's like got the markings and whatnot.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, let's see what we got over here. There's a barrel. Oh my goodness. Look at that.
Elmer farted
like
it.
Something out of Looney Tunes. Just absolutely shredded that thing.
Yes.
That is crazy. Holy cow. Almost ripped it all the way off.
Wow.
That is impressive. That was a lot of force. Oh, I think we have a piece of brass. Oh, it says boom on it.
Wow.
That is wild.
Cool.
I cannot believe we found that. What else is out here? Here's some more wood from the fore end. It's just all shredded. And here on the table, golly, these cinder blocks got destroyed. And so did our plexiglass. But that plexiglass did a really good job of keeping things from flying upwards, even though some still did. We've got more wood on the table, more pieces of the gun, more brass, I think. Actually, I don't know if that's brass or not. That may be from the gun. Not really sure. More of that epoxy looking stuff that was in between the barrels. Man, we've been looking for this piece for a little while. I think this is, this is the top rib. I guess your sight is on those, my front side. And this flew about 20 yards away.
Wow, that got some
test site,
distance.
which that's pretty wild. Oh, those aren't very good quality. Okay, well, we have most of our 700 Nitro back.
Like, honestly, you guys said, like, that barrel could be modern art. It probably could. He probably could display it. He probably could put that on some kind of, like, a display stand and display it as literal modern art these days.
And I thought I would give you a closer look at it. We have some spare pieces. I'm not really sure where these go. I think that, actually, I believe that goes around the barrel. But this right barrel, completely shredded. I mean, just absolutely shredded. Our fore end, pretty much completely shredded.
Oh,
this is the top rib, and that had our front side on it. I still don't know where our rear side is. And then this is pretty interesting. For one, this whole section is cracked, which is insane. So this is actually really interesting. This thing was rebarreled and sleeved. I guess that's what they call it. I assume this is the sleeve. It's pretty thin, and the barrel went down inside that, and it snapped right along this edge.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm going to say that if you had a 700 Nitro and you had a catastrophic failure with it, it's going to be pretty devastating. You're most likely going to be missing some appendages, and your face is going to look a little weird. And you would most definitely need a new 700 Nitro, unless you know what you're doing with this kind of a thing, which I don't. But I would if I got my start in firearms technology at Sonoran Desert Institute. If you want to check them out, there's a link in the description down below. But I don't, so I definitely need a new 700 Nitro. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Darn it! I would say that was a pretty successful test today. The only problem is our zombie bust is still intact, but that's okay because I brought my handy dandy 26-inch 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum. But first,
The
I want to
choker
give another
gun.
big thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget, you can play it right now for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and mobile devices using my links in the description down below or the pinned comment. New and returning players who have not played in the last 6 months will receive a massive bonus pack across PC and consoles. This includes multiple premium vehicles and other goodies. It's available for a limited time only, so be sure not to miss out. This guy's gonna miss out though. He's definitely gonna miss out. Here we go.
God. He just deleted. Headus, delete us. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah, okay. I can say that now today's testing is concluded. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about today's experiment in the comment section down below. Also, be sure to give today's video a like and make sure you hit that subscribe button. That seems pretty good. Also, if you want to pick up a Kentucky Ballistics shirt, be sure and check out KentuckyBallistics.com. There's a link in the description down below. The Mercedes doesn't come equipped with a trailer hitch, so I'll make do.
Oh boy.
And as always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics. I'll see you next time.
It's time to fly like an eagle into the future. Come on, Scott, with it. I love it. I love it. Oh, that was great. Oh, that was fantastic. Nothing like a little bit of a boom to finish off a Friday night, huh?
Ember burns